who is joining us for today's webinar. I'm delighted to see that some participants have already joined us. It's now 10 o'clock. That's the time we were supposed to start. But I suggest that we just take a few minutes, maybe for a quick introduction, and maybe also to hear where our participants are from. And then we'll start maybe in about 2 or 3 minutes to see if some more people are going to join us. Let me quickly say a few words about myself. My name is Silvia Weninger. Many of you know me already from either personally or from some email conversations that we had. I'm the founder of Triple Funds and the co-founder of the consulting agency Triple Minds. We are 3 development consultants working together, and we are driven by the same spirit, so to say, for our compassion for development work and the passion just to do something meaningful and to reach out to as many NGOs as possible and assist them in finding funds for their projects, but also in implementing and finally also evaluating their projects. I can see that we've got some Austrian participants that I know. Yes, thank you, Britta, for writing a few lines to us. Good morning to you as well. You are from FACE Austria. Nice to see you here. And you're based in Vienna. Maybe some of the others can also just quickly type in the chat box where they're from so that we can see who the participants are. I know that there were quite a number of additional participants who have signed in for this webinar, but they're based in different time zones, like in New Zealand or in America. So they've opted for listening to the audio recording because the time difference is just too huge, and we can't ask them to get up during the night. So they prefer to listen to the audio recording. Many of the participants are members of our Triple Funds community. They are regular subscribers because those webinars that we are holding, they are actually part of our top seller package, which is a 12-month package and includes access to all the webinars, which we hold every 2 months. We were holding some already on funding from foundations, for example, European foundations, but we also did German and Swiss foundations particularly. We also covered already USAID and DFID funding, and I'm glad that today we can also look at the European Commission because it's also a major donor for many of the NGOs. Okay, we've got some more participants from Austria. Okay, Carmen, a warm welcome from our side. We've also got Tamara, she's studying, and that's nice. We've also got students here, so it's a great chance also for students to learn more about the European Commission. Okay, nice. We've also got a French participant, bonjour. Working on street children in Bangladesh. Okay, great work for sure. All right, while people are still typing, I would quickly like to let you know a few rules about today's webinar. I hope that everybody can hear and see the presentation. In case I know that some participants previously had problems with the audio settings. So in case you cannot hear anything, please check the audio settings on your laptop or on your desktop. And please also check maybe your Flash player settings because this GetResponse software needs the Flash player. You already see that the chat box is working. It's on the right side of your screen. I suggest that you keep your questions until the end if it's okay for you. If there is something really urgent that you would like to know in between, please feel free also to type and just make a comment or a question or a remark, and I'll just take a little break in between and refer to your questions. Otherwise, we are going to have a Q&A session in the end. That means this time is really only dedicated now for your own concerns, for your particular questions, maybe related to your own experience or to your organization or to your particular problems. But please feel free, if there is anything which is really important, just write a few words in the chat box. The presentation will be available after today's webinar. Of course, we will send you via email the link to the audio recording, as well as the whole PowerPoint presentation, which you can use for your own reference. And for those members who have got the Triple Funds accounts, we will also upload this presentation and the audio recording in the Triple Funds membership area. You just have to go to webinars. There you will find both the presentation and also the audio recording. Please, if there are any questions, also after the webinar, email them to me, or you can go to tripleminds.com and also email them to my colleagues. We are always here to help you out, and if there is any questions, just drop us a line. The presentation is going to last about 1 hour. I'll try to keep my time and really make it just around 60-70 minutes. And then we will have a Q&A session for about 20 to 30 minutes where you can ask your questions. Okay, Matthias has also dropped us a message from Africa. Good morning, Triple Minds family. Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much. We are really sometimes feeling like a big family with all our members, and it's a growing community. We've now got so many people already in our Facebook groups, like almost 2,000 and over 200 members across the world. So we are really growing, and it's just wonderful to see how everybody is making an important contribution to the whole Triple Minds family, how Matthias is calling it. Okay, so the main objective of today is really that you will get a basic idea what the European Commission is funding in our sector, meaning in development and humanitarian aid, and that you know which departments are posting relevant calls for your organizations, and second, that you know where to find these calls and how to understand them, how to prepare application decks, how to understand the guidelines, how to understand the eligibility, also the admin procedures, because unfortunately the EC is quite demanding with admin issues, and you need to pay attention to quite a number of things if you want to apply. In the end, we want you to be able to know the first things about writing a proposal and really understand what is it that makes a proposal a success or a failure. All right, so this is today's agenda. The first part is going to deal with a short introduction to the EC departments that are interesting for us. Then we are going to look mainly at DG DEVCO and DG NEAR, and we will see where we can find their calls and how we can understand their guidelines. And then in the end, we'll take a look at how to prepare a good application deck, which is including not only the narrative, but also the budget, because the budget is also an important part of an application. Okay, let's start with our first section. Is if everybody is ready. There doesn't seem to be any problems regarding our technique. Everybody seems to hear and see everything, so perfect. Let's just go ahead. All right, you know that the EC, you probably know, let me put it like that the EC has got 53 departments in general. They are also called DGs. You might have seen that already from the websites of the European Commission. DG is standing for Directorates General. And from our experience, there's about 14 which are interesting for